Hi, welcome to week 6 of the Grit of Nutrition course. This is our last week. So crazy. All right, so let's get started. I said that I would touch on carbohydrates today, and I will. So there's two different types of carbohydrates. There's simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. You've probably heard this concept before. So simple carbohydrates are going to be your table sugars, your white flour, your pastas. Basically, they're the less healthy of the carbs. And complex carbs are going to be your whole grains, your berries, your starchy vegetables, your beans, and they would be what's considered the healthier version of carbohydrates. But I think that there's something to realize in here, that all carbohydrates we consume are digested into simple sugars before they're absorbed by the body. So it doesn't matter whether it's a simple carbohydrate source or a complex carbohydrate source, it absorbs the same into our body. Our body doesn't know the difference. It knows the difference during the digestion process, but it doesn't with the end result. So whole wheat pasta is better for you because it is digested more slowly and controls the insulin response better than just having white pasta. But at the end of the day, a carb is a carb. White pasta and whole wheat pasta are both pasta. So be careful falling into the trap of, I'm eating a healthy carbohydrate so it doesn't count. It does. A carb's a carb. You have to respect the carbohydrate. I also want to say that we never recommend an extremely low carb diet, like a keto diet. It's not a sustainable diet. It is not a sustainable way to eat. But it is also worth mentioning that some people have a better carbohydrate tolerance than others. So some people, when it comes to athletes or people that are just like naturally really thin, they usually have an awesome carbohydrate tolerance. They can eat carbohydrates without a whole lot of problem. But when you see a person who's thicker, broader, or lives a real sedentary lifestyle, they can't eat as many carbs. They won't have as high of a carbohydrate tolerance. So while you should not ever eliminate a food group, you do need to respect the carbohydrate in your diet. I do think that this is why we're talking about this week 6 instead of week 1. I think that when you use your portion guidelines, you're going to do a lot of if you eat better and you use your portion guidelines, you're going to get a lot of the way there. But if you're not getting the results you want in the long run, I think that carbohydrates are the place to play with it a little bit. If you can't get that last 5 pounds off and you've done a bunch of work, then maybe you're eating a little too many carbohydrates and you need to bring them down a little bit. Or, say you're trying to build muscle and you're trying to bulk up and you can't do it, you're not eating enough carbohydrates. You want to up them. So in any case, eating nutritious complex carbs is going to be a better choice. Not because it's very different in your body, but because we want to look at our food as what is nourishing our body the most. What is offering us the most nutrition per calorie that we're eating. So fruits, vegetables, beans, whole grains, they're always going to be a better choice than eating table sugar. But don't fall into the trap of thinking that there is this giant difference between them. There is in the nutritional sense. Like, you want to fuel your cells. You want to eat the most nutrient dense foods, the ones that have the most vitamins and minerals for you, but it's still a carbohydrate and you can overeat them if weight loss is your goal. So just make sure that you are following those portion guidelines. And then later down the road, if you still are struggling, that will be the place that you play with. All right, so let's talk about social support. So everything that happens in your social circle is contagious. In the supplemental materials for this week, there's a TED Talk that I think is fascinating. I don't think that we even realize how much our social network plays a role in who we are as people. It turns out that weight gain is contagious. Being miserable is contagious. Eating like crap is contagious. But so is exercise, so is self-improvement, and so is happiness. So what you surround yourself with is going to make a difference. If you surround yourself with people that eat ice cream every night, there's a good chance you're going to eat ice cream every night. If you surround yourself with people who are miserable and love to complain and be a victim, you might start complaining and being a victim a lot too. But if you surround yourself with people who focus on self-improvement and are always looking to be better people, you might find yourself trying to be a better person too. And if exercise is a priority for your group of people that you hang with, you're probably going to exercise with them. We do become like the people we hang around. So choose who you spend your time with wisely. Now, I know that not everybody has the luxury of like, I'm not asking you to get a divorce or find a new family or find a more supportive kid. But what I am saying is you can pick your tribe to some extent. You can join a supportive tribe. You know, the people at Grit Gym, amazing. There's a whole group of people where we all support each other. And people who come to the gym know that they are in a supportive group of, you know, self-improvement, exercise, healthy living. That is that environment that we foster at the gym. And if you're not a Grit Gym, find a different tribe, find your spot. But find like-minded people who can support your journey along the way, because it's really, really hard to do it by yourself. I'm pretty introverted, in even as an introvert, like, you need the support of people around. And it's not even just support, really. It's more the influence. Hang out with the people you want to become. Hang out with people that are better, that you would consider better at you than things you want to be great at, because they're going to rub off on you. So don't discount social support. Don't try and be an island. Find your tribe. It's what's going to make you successful in this journey. Okay, so marketing. In your health journal, there's a section called Know Your Labels. You may or may not have read through it at this point, but I encourage you to read through it. The health food industry is huge. It's a giant money-making conglomerate. But we encourage you to be a health food skeptic. Just because you buy something that on the box it tells you it's healthy doesn't mean it's healthy. Just because a package, you know, is in a health food store doesn't mean that it's healthy. You know, just because something is organic, because it's non-GMO, because it's paleo, because it's keto, because it tells you it's gluten-free, it doesn't mean it's healthy. That's all marketing gimmicks. The only way to know if a health food is actually supporting your goals is to flip it over and read the ingredients. Read the ingredients, look at those nutrition facts. Those are going to be a lot safer. Just because, you know, gluten-free, right? Like, oh, that's got to be healthier. We talked about it in a carbohydrate thing. Is eating corn healthier than eating flour? Probably not tons healthier, no. You know, is soy healthier than flour? Probably not. Just because it's gluten-free or just because it's keto or paleo or what, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthier. And those words don't mean the same thing to everybody. What's keto to one person is not keto to another. And what's paleo to some people is not paleo to another. So they're not universal terms. Flip it over and read the ingredients and think, is this supporting my health? Don't fall victim to marketing. It's insane. What they are trying to get your money. So inspect those products, be a detective, and make sure that you're getting food that supports your health. All right, let's talk about supplements for a few minutes. There is 3 things that we recommend pretty much across the board for our clients: fish oil, vitamin D, and probiotic. So fish oil has a ton of benefits to it. It helps with recovery, performance, and health in general. We talked about in the fat chapter a few weeks ago, but we eat a ton of omega-6s in our diet. It's just in the American diet. omega-6s are really high and omega-3s are really low. And for optimal health, you really want to balance them. So fish oil is really high in omega-3s, so it really helps to balance out your fats in a good way. It's an anti-inflammatory. It improves mental acuity. There's a lot of really great things that fish oil does. In your supplemental materials this week, there is a supplement guide, so feel free to look at that. That's going to give you like the nitty gritty on each one and kind of like a bullet point of all the things that we recommend it for. So vitamin D. I live in Iowa. A lot of you taking this course are going to live in Iowa. There's going to be some people who take it that live in other parts of the country, but almost all of it, we don't get outside enough. We're not in the sunlight enough. If you have darker skin, you're going to have a harder time getting vitamin D, but I can tell you as a person who is very light skin, living in Iowa, I actually have my vitamin D levels checked fairly frequently because of my lack of thyroid, and they're always low. If I'm not taking something, I take a vitamin D supplement every day. It improves mood, it improves athletic performance, it strengthens your bones, it helps your immune system. It's really important for your well-being to get enough vitamin D. And then probiotic. So you can get your probiotics from foods, and that's great. If you can do that, you should. But if you're not getting probiotics in your food, if you're not getting a probiotic food at least once a day, you need to be taking a probiotic. It's going to improve your digestion as well as your brain function. There's a huge link between the gut and the brain, and a probiotic is going to help feed that relationship. The healthier, every single bit of research coming out about gut health right now is saying how important it is for overall health. So by all means, find a way to get a probiotic in, whether you want to take a pill every day or you want to eat the food every day, do it. But those are the three things that across the board, everybody can pretty much benefit from. So when it comes to additional supplements, there's some other things that we recommend sometimes. Now that's a greens powder, magnesium, zinc, CoQ10, and there might be a few others, like I said, but these are the major players. Greens powder is really a great addition to your protein shakes or convenience shakes. I tell you that you need to eat 1 serving of vegetables with every meal, and I know that's hard. So this is kind of a cheater way to get it every once in a while. I'm not going to give you a free pass and tell you that greens powder replaces your vegetables, but in a pinch, greens powder is really great to add more nutrients to your shakes. Magnesium is really great for relaxation, for stress. It manages sugar balance. It does a lot of great things for that. I take a magnesium every day. So personally, and I'm not saying that just because I take it, you should take it. I take a fish oil every day. I take a vitamin D every day. I take a probiotic every day, and I take magnesium before I go to sleep at night. I do use greens powder occasionally when I have a protein shake, if I just work out and I'm on the go. I tend to try and eat my calories, but if I know I'm not going to get a meal in post-workout, I'll drink a shake and throw some greens powder in it. Then there's zinc. Zinc is good for helping with sleep. It's good for hormone balance, and it's good for immune function. A lot of the things you hear about vitamin C when you're sick, zinc is really the thing that you want to take. It's good as an immune booster. CoQ10 is an anti-ager, improves your joints, your skin, and it helps your heart. It's good for heart health, improves recovery. Each one of these, right, they exist for a reason. They all have beneficial properties. It is a mistake to take all the vitamins under the sun, or all the supplements under the sun. You need them in trace amounts. Like, the definition of vitamins are things you need in trace, essential things you need in trace amounts for your body. So this isn't stuff you need to like load up on. But if you are deficient in them, correcting deficiencies is going to make a huge difference in your health. So do your own research. Decide what's best for you. If you want to get a blood test and figure it out, by all means do it. But honestly, fish oil, vitamin D, probiotic, you really can't go wrong with. All right, your personal template. So this week there's going to be a card labeled your personal template with a printable sheet for you to fill out. You're going to want to fill this out and bring it with you to our next class. This is going to be a list of your go-to foods and meals that you like and feel good about eating. You won't eat them every day, but this is what you're going to turn to when life gets hard, when you don't have the time to think about what to eat, and when you're stressed and strapped for time. I want you to walk away from this course with a plan so you can stick to it. And this personal template is going to be your plan. You're going to write down breakfasts that you enjoy and feel good about eating, lunches you enjoy and feel good about eating, dinners you enjoy that you feel good about eating, and snacks and convenience foods that you can grab when you're in a pinch that don't derail you. It's got a list of, all of our homework rules to help keep in mind, but discipline's important, and you're gonna get busy. And it's gonna get hard, and it's gonna be work that you don't want to put in, but having this on hand to fall back on is going to make your life easier, and you'll be better for it, and you'll feel good about sticking to your personal template. And this is not going to look the same for everybody. I might love Brussels sprouts, but you might love asparagus. There's not one way to do this. There's a lot of ways to do it. And, if you're trying to gain muscle, it's going to look a lot different than if you're trying to lose fat as your primary goal. If you're an athlete or you're a desk jockey, it doesn't matter. Like, everyone's is going to look different. This isn't about comparing yourself to other people. This is your journey. And right now, what's going to work best for you might not work best for somebody else. Where we all are is different, but it's about being better a little bit every day, and doing better for ourselves. So your starting place is going to make a difference. If you're starting off eating lots of fast food, just cooking your meals is going to be a big deal. And maybe you already cook your own meals and you're fine tuning the micronutrients in it. But everybody's is going to look different. But I want you to print this out, and I want you to fill it out, and I want to talk about it as a group. I think that this is this is the magic, right? This is what it's all about. Things that you enjoy, things that don't feel like a diet, things that are nourishing your body, things that are easy, things that are your favorite things to cook, things that your kids like, whatever they are. Find ways to fit this into your life and make it work for you. And last, I want to talk about sustainability. This is, we've talked about this a lot, but this isn't a diet. Like, I never want you to diet ever again. Ever again. I think that diets are the biggest waste of your time. I just want you to live better, and I want your new lifestyle to be one that supports your health. So turning what you learned into habits will be the ultimate markers of your success. But the good news is someday the information will not need so much time and attention. You guys, this is going to get easier. Every day you stick with it, it's going to pay you dividends. It's going to be easier in the long run. This stuff is simple, but it's not easy. But the more you do it, the more you flex that muscle, the easier it will get. So stick with it. But I want to give you a few reminders. Keep your homework going. That set of homework, it's a good template to follow. Are you going to be perfect all the time? I guess it's probably in here. But do not aim for perfection. Perfection isn't the goal. those homework assignments, those 12 homework assignments, those aren't rules that you need to follow to a T, but they're good guidelines for most of the time. So keep your homework going. Surround yourself with supportive people. We just talked about this. Find your tribe. Find like-minded people that will support you along your journey. You know, find the people that you want to be like. Because the thing is, if you don't want to be like a certain person, but you spend a lot of time with them, chances are you're still going to end up like them. So surround yourself with people that you want to be like. So upfront discipline will pay you dividends in the long run. So just remind yourself, I know it takes discipline, but in the long run, this is going to become a habit and it's going to get better. You are in control of your mindset and attitude. So we talked about this before. You can make this as fun and as awesome or as miserable and hard as you want. It's all up here. You are in charge of your outlook. So try and have a good one. Do not aim for perfection. Do not let perfect be the enemy of good. Quick fixes do not produce long-term results. You guys, you're going to run into somebody at work who looks amazing, and you're going to be like, how'd you do it? And they're like, oh, I went on this crazy cabbage soup diet, and I haven't eaten in 4 days. I feel terrible, but I look awesome. That's not lasting success. That's not supporting their health. They're not going to look like that in 6 months. You know, don't be lured in by quick fixes, because marketing, everybody wants it now, right? Like that's the whole key to keep them selling you diets. Don't fall for it. Small, sustainable changes over time are going to create habits that are going to improve your life forever. This is a forever thing, not a few week thing. To drop 10 pounds to fit into a pair of pants you want to wear. Like, that's not what we're talking about here. So don't be lured in by quick fixes. And the last thing I want to say is you first. And what I mean is that you're important. You guys deserve health, and you deserve, time for your recovery, and you deserve the sleep, and you deserve the nutrition to nourish your body. You deserve that. And if you don't take care of yourself, you're no use to anybody else. The better you take care of yourself, the more you can be of service to others. And you need to remind yourself of that you're important, and taking care of yourself is going to be better for everybody around you, and every goal you have and every responsibility you have, you're going to be able to better fulfill those if you take care of you. So don't feel like you shouldn't. Don't feel guilty for taking care of yourself, for nourishing your body. Like, you are worthy of it, and the people around you will be better for it too. So when am I ready for level 2 nutrition class? The way we work at a Grit Gym is we usually go 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off. And that 6 weeks after you complete this is going to give you a chance to live in the real world. This shouldn't be a crutch for you. We want to provide support and accountability, and you'll get that through our Facebook groups and from the friends you made here. But now that we've spent 6 weeks together, going into the world and living with the knowledge you've been given, to kind of see where your pitfalls are, what you have a hard time with, and then regrouping again in 6 weeks to see where you're at, is pretty beneficial. So the answer to the question is, take everything you've learned, go live it for 6 weeks, and then if you're interested in the next cycle, go ahead and reach out to me or Adam, and we'll be happy to get you going. Also, Adam and I are always here for you. We want you to be successful, and we're here to answer any questions we can along the way for you in between those 6 weeks too. So never hesitate to reach out to either of us. All right, so this is the final homework of this 6-week course. So the first thing you get to do is you get to stop journaling. You've been journaling for 6 weeks. Feel free to stop. You can start again at another time when you need to check in with yourself, but it's okay to stop journaling for now. Continue to drink that water. Continue to eat those veggies. Continue to use those portion guidelines. Continue to use those better sweeteners and better oils. Continue to meal plan. Continue to plan those exceptions and socialize and enjoy your life and not be perfect. Make sure you get enough protein. Make sure you address your lifestyle factors that get in the way of your success. Make sure when you're eating the food, eating any food, before you eat the food, ask yourself, is this nourishing my body? Add in supplements that are going to support your health. And lastly, come up with your personal template so that you have something to fall back on when things get hard. Because they will. Things are going to get hard. That's life. But having that personal template is going to give you a concrete plan for when that happens. So thank you guys so much. I've enjoyed the 6 weeks with you guys. I will see you soon. Any feedback you have, please feel free, like I said, reach out to me and Adam. We are always here. And I'll talk to you later.